Skybolt to Ottawa base.
Jazz here. Sup, Sky? Did you find Energon or comms?
Energon cache detected, along with unidentified signal. I am moving in to investigate further.
Careful out there, Sky. That signal could be bait for a con booby trap.
All sensors are on full alert. Weapon systems are primed and ready for hostile encounters.
Don't get in over your helm out there and keep us posted, okay?
Affirmative. Skybolt out. I have located the Energon and the source of the unidentified signal. It appears to be a Cybertronian or similar mechanical being. I am transmitting coordinates now.
Coordinates received, Sky. We'll be with you soon. Jazz out.
Are you damaged?
Motor relays are offline. Propulsion systems are critical.
My allies will be coming soon. They concede your repairs.
That is kind of you. What is your name?
I am designated Skybolt. What is your name?
I do not have one. I am a third-generation Camian Energon probe, Model 1221.
Why do you not have a name?
I'm not really alive. I was never intended to be sentient.
Neither was I. Skybolt is the name given to the project that created me. I determined that it was a suitable designation early in development.
I never thought of a name for myself. By the time I became sentient, I had long since lost contact with Caminus.
Your voice pattern indicates sadness. What happened?
My first conscious decision was to find that out for myself. I traveled back to Caminus, but there was nothing but empty buildings and rusted scraps. Nobody was left, anywhere. They all rusted away.
I understand loss. I have experienced it myself. My mentor and closest friend was terminated in battle.
I never developed such a bond with anyone. By the time I gained that capacity, there was no one left to bond with. I spent 6 million Camian stellar cycles alone.
I chose isolation. My mentor's death was only the beginning of a series of events that would lead me to conclude that I was not fit for frontline combat. I opted to serve as a remote scout.
What happened?
Grief consumed me. It led to anger, a desire for revenge. The Decepticon Starscream capitalized on that. He offered me weapon and armor upgrades to terminate the one who terminated my mentor, Megatron. I accepted Starscream's offer, and once the upgrades were complete, I confronted Megatron. He was ready for me. He anticipated my attempted vengeance. He exploited it to reprogram me, turning me against my allies. Were it not for my main creator, Andrea Morales, I would still be a Decepticon. The Skybolt standing before you would no longer exist.
I'm sorry, Skybolt.
You do not need to apologize.
I don't know what else to say. Caminus has never been at war that I know of.
Optimus, I'm not picking up any life signals.
I don't think Skybolt would lie about something like a bot.
It's probably just another drone like him.
What if it's a synth? If it is, we can't just leave it here.
If that is the case, then I am in full agreement with Jazz. If the mechanism in question is sentient and in need of aid, we shall render it.
Oh, for Spark's sake. One synth is enough.
Unmuted, Dotbot.
If an innocent bot's hurting down there, you gotta patch it up no matter what.
It's a bot, all right. Looks like she's been down here for Primus knows how long.
Hello, allies of Skybolt.
Looks like you have some severed motor relays.
You can repair them, can't you? You look like a medic.
Ordinarily I would, but you're contaminated with the red rust virus. If I make any physical contact, I'll be infected.
The red rust virus? Ain't that the one that wiped out those colonies?
Indeed it was. It is the very virus responsible for the dreaded plague of rust that ended the age of colonization and isolated Cybertron from its colonies.
That must be what happened to Camus.
Yes, that was indeed the fate of your homeworld. You are one of only 2 survivors that I know.
I'm not really alive, though.
The presence of a spark is not the only indication of life, my friend. You are alive by virtue of your sentience. Alpha Trion once said that life manifests in many forms, and its spark is not always tangible. That appears to be the case with you, as well as Skybolt.
Alive or not, we cannot risk any physical contact with her. Infection would be a death sentence for all of us. To this day, no cure has been found for the red rust. We should just gather the Energon and leave them both.
Go ahead and take the Energon. I'll be alright here.
Won't you just run out of power and shut down out here alone?
I'd rather do that than be responsible for all of you dying the way the people of Caminus did.
She will not be alone. I will provide companionship. I am likely to be contaminated as well.
No way! We can't just give up on them. We never leave a bot behind.
So you want to rust to death just to save a couple of...
Don't see the D word, Ratchet.
Besides, maybe we can find a cure.
If it were that easy, we would have found one eons ago. If I patch her up, we might as well just surrender everything to the Decepticons. Once the rust sets in, I won't have time to even begin to work on a cure.
I've been alone for eons. Please, just take the Energon. The fate of a whole world is more important, and war can no doubt do as much damage as a plague.
You're right about that. Cybertron is dying a slow death as we speak due to our war. And, left to his own devices, Megatron will inflict the same fate upon this planet.
Then please, just do as I say.
Someday, we will find the cure. When that day comes, we shall return.
If you deactivate before then, I will see what I can preserve. After all, we will continue to exist as long as our data storage and AI cores remain intact.
That's true, Skybolt. By the way, I think I detected a bit of optimism in your voice. You sound happier than you did when we first met.
I am. I am not entirely sure why, but I believe you have something to do with it. You were like a beacon. leading me to something more than just Energon. You marked the path to closure. I do not know why, but I believe I am at peace. I can come to terms with what happened to Dashley. You are my Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. I like that name.